Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Corey. I go by Corey JA on the internet, and thanks for joining me today for stream. You can find my blog and my site at coreyja.com to find more information about the projects I'm working on, any posts and videos I've released, and all that kind of stuff. You can also head over to newsletter here to sign up for the newsletter I put out once every few weeks. I'm gonna try to get closer to weekly, but we'll see if we get there. Today we are working on a project we've worked on a few times on stream so far. I think it's been a week or two since I did a stream or worked on it at all, but we are going to get back to it. It was called Status, but we're actually in the process of rebranding it. My wife Brandy has been working on a fun logo and some competitive analysis and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's going to be rebranded to UpGuardian, and I don't have the logo assets ready to do today. So we are going to keep focusing on our Leptos migration here. Leptos is a web framework in Rust that we are full stack, full typed, cutting edge Rust framework for the modern web. So we are trying this out for UpGuardian, and I think we're gonna get started on that today. We're gonna do some more server functions to get state from the server to the client, and we're gonna give it a shot. I'm excited to keep going. We've definitely got some Leptos stuff started, and then I actually worked on a little bit of some Leptos for my blog that I didn't end up keeping, but that's okay. It gave me some practice, and I think I'm pretty ready to start writing some more server functions here. So let's get that pulled up. Okay, so this is our repo, and that's the README, but we're not gonna hang out there right now. Let's just close all of those. And let's just see what's going on. Oh, that is my... What is this? Okay, that's my blog. We're gonna leave that there. And let's head over to status. It's still the name of my directory and everything. Then we are on the tryout Leptos branch. That makes sense. And so what we want to do is cargo Leptos watch to get it booted. Compiling the WASM, then it does Tailwind, and then I think we are doing our backend right now. There we go, loaded up and ready to go. Awesome, we have Leptos here. We can do the clicking here on the button that came with the template we started with. But I believe what we have working now is this sidebar. And one of the things that we added at the very end is this, where like now it goes to the mobile style, and we can get the little sidebar to expand out to the left. And that required some front-end state that we didn't have before we had Leptos, and now we are good to go. So let's pull that open in a normal browser window, get some inspector stuff already. There's where it becomes desktop, so it's at this breakpoint. So we can switch between the two. Awesome. Great, so if we try to go to my sites right now, I think that's just gonna break because I don't think we have any other routes defined in Leptos. But we've got some components going, and I think these actually might even be powered by server functions if I remember correctly. And then actually, let's see if we can log in. We might not be able to. Yeah, okay, so I need to get my blog set up as well so that we can do things like log in. Oh man, my tmux might be getting a little messed up there, but we're gonna try it out and see if we can be okay with that. I actually might have a branch for local auth. No, that's okay. Because I think what I need to do is do a quick little patch to my blog, because my blog is handling the auth right now. And I think I need a quick little hack for local auth. I think there's some code that I should see for local auth. Well, that didn't bring up what I expected it to. But we'll find it in just a sec. There's the local port. Yeah, so like some of this is definitely what I'm looking for. So like local port, yeah, where are you used? Go to references. Test auth, that's what I'm looking for. And so I think I should just be able to go with definitely do this. And then I should be able to cargo run my blog. Awesome. Let's actually close that tmux pane because I'm not going to do it through tmux like that. I'm going to have a separate VS Code window open for it. Almost ready. Almost ready. Oh, come on. There we go. Cool. The cron is running. Do I want to stop the cron? Yeah, let's stop the cron really quick. No job worker, no cron. Actually, let's run the job worker. That's fine. We don't need it. Neither of them. Okay, there we go. Now the blog should be running, which means I should be able to do auth a little better. Let's try that out. Log in. There we go. It's at least trying to talk. It's trying to do some redirecty stuff. And we're back. And we have icons. I'm not sure we had icons before, but I don't know if that was our issue. It might be because now I see test down here. So I think I have our site. Ooh, so that's interesting though. So this does link and these link, but it doesn't actually close that when we navigate. So I might need to teach it to do that. But we also don't actually have any of the navigation set up either. So we got some things to do. So let's take a look at our app here in Leptos. So where's our routing? Yep. Okay. So we have sidebar layout that wraps everything. And then in our routes right now, we only have the home page. So let's take a look at that sidebar layout again, just to take a look. So this is where it gets the sites from a server function. We have our query result for the sites. We're using Leptos query, which is a lot like React query if you're used to that. So we have this get my sites server function. The server functions only run on the server and our API calls basically on the client side. So inside our server function, we get our global state, which has a database pool that lets us do database queries. And then if we have a session, if we're logged in, we try to get all the sites that you have access to and build up a little struct to send to the front end. And then on the front end, we render each of those and everything in our sidebar list. Perfect. Okay, so where do I have those font awesome icons, and are they in the right spot? Yeah, because they're in sidebar links, and sidebar links I think are used in both the mobile and the non-mobile. Because here's mobile sidebar. So where is mobile sidebar used? Mobile sidebar. Yeah, and then the desktop one is just inline, but we also have sidebar links here. Yeah, so we should have those same links with the same font awesome icons in both places. And we only render your sites once that data is loaded. That makes sense. Cool. Okay, so let's look at the mobile sidebar though, because this has that open state. And I think I need to make it so that if you click on any of these links, we also close this. So we definitely do it when you hit the close button. And we definitely do it when you click outside of it. But what I want to do is make it so these links also close it. So these each, like eventually we do get down to the A class where I could put an on click on it. But these are normal ass links. Oh, well, why are they normal S links? I actually don't think they want to be normal S links. I think they want to be special Leptos router links. Yeah, I know A is not found. I want to import it from Leptos router. Wonder if that's going to do anything different. Well, I think it'll do something different. The question is whether it does anything better necessarily. Okay, well, my site still doesn't render, so that was probably not the best one to start with. Yep. Okay, well, that didn't change that, which makes sense, right? Like, that's still open when you click on one of these. Where Where to display the linked URL as the name of the browsing context. Interesting. Exact. Active class, state, replace. Yep. Sets the class attribute. Yep. Yeah, that's interesting. So like Leptos on navigate. I wonder if that's a thing I can do. Like, is there a Leptos router? Is there like an on navigate or something that I can do? That would be pretty interesting. Just, ooh, location change. Maybe. Okay, well, maybe I want to look. Let's do some routing first, and then let's come back to this. But I feel like there's probably a way to close this on route changes, because I maybe just need to even like just look for the route, and when it changes, we can just close it again. That's not absolutely crazy, I don't think. Provide server redirect. That can be used to redirect the user to another absolute path on the server. Interesting. Creates a reactive location, query signal. Interesting. Yeah, like use location or something. Or use route, maybe. Yeah, one of these is gonna let me do what I want to do, I bet. Okay, but let's add some more routes. That sounds like the thing to do first. That's just for the profile. Okay, so what page do we want to build next? Maybe the My Sites page? Because like that's a static route for the index, and then under that we can build the actual pages we need to make. I like that. This is that My Sites tab. This should render there. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Do we have something that we feel like we need to commit? Oh, because it's we're tmuxing inside here. That works. Just forgot. Oh, this is wrong directory. There we go. All we did was make that a router link. Okay, that's fine. Let's actually do that for a few more things here while we're here, I guess, though. Yep. Sidebar link. Those are now. Footer is now these ones. Yeah. Replace A. Basically, I think all of my links basically are going to want to be this. Sidebar site list. There we go. I want to use the thing from Leptos router. Okay, cool. I think that's probably all or most of them, and I will find more of them as we are going, I bet. Well, okay, that's fine. I found all the capital ones. Oh yeah, that's... Oh, that's the name of the app status. Yep. Replace A. Replace A. Let's might as well, right? We're here. UpGuardian. And let's do that on the mobile too. If there's oh no, I think we just have the logo here, which is just wrong too. Close sidebar. Status. Well, that says that. That's okay. UpGuardian. Oh yeah, so this is where the logo is going to be right now. We're just using the Tailwind UI logo mark. That's okay. Okay, so let's go to that router though. App. Routes. Make a new route with a path equal to /my sites. Probably should put it in quotes. And the view is site index. So I think that's under. Did I make like a pages for homepage, or where is homepage? Oh, it's just right here. We don't have anything for that yet. Okay. Just put an app for the moment, I think. That seems okay. Mod, what am I doing? Sites index or just sites? Maybe we'll just make a sites. Then we'll have an index under that. Do I like that? Do I not like that? I don't know. Let's make this. And then in the mod, we'll do pub mod index. This wants to be a public mod too, just because everything wants to be able to get in here if it feels like it. That creates the index file. And then so eventually what I'm trying to do is make a component of a public async, nope, not an async function, of sites index. Something like that. Which is why I think we just do star here, use Leptos router star. Perfect. Okay, so now we should be able to do this, then click on this, close that. It didn't work. That's okay though. I wonder if we have some errors. We've got some errors. Oh, we have to import it. That makes a lot of sense. Oops. Import sites index. Building. Oh no. Overlapping method. Oh, because this is still a hybrid application where I have routes in Axum still. And I think I don't want some of those anymore. So let's find my run Axum, because this now has app routes. Yeah. So then app routes, let's just start commenting out the routes that I am moving over. And eventually I should just have basically all of this cleared out. Actually from here down, these are like the pages. These ones up here, we might keep, like the login, log out. Those are like purely server-side routes that I think we'll keep. Oh, and then home is like an example of one of the ones we've moved over already. Yep. Okay, awesome. So we shouldn't have that error anymore. Lovely. There we go. Except that's still not right because I don't get the H1 I'm supposed to find here. Component with this not found, skipping it for hydration. But that's interesting. So like, why would that be the case? And like, I have something rendering here. My sites index. Oh. My sites. Let's actually render an H1 with freaking real content in it. Oh, well, okay. That was a good guess though, because it just didn't seem like anything was there. Oh, okay. It's just now it just hasn't picked up that there's a new one yet or something. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Dashboard sites. Love it. I want to see what the network says every time I do that. I'm just curious. Oh, refresh. Disable the cache. Refresh again. So now if we go to dashboard, oh, nothing. Sites, nothing. Oh, because there's no server functions at all. These are just purely client side. Yeah, see, that is really nice. It is really nice when it works out nicely. Okay, awesome. We have our sites page. Now let's actually like populate it with some stuff. And to do that, let's actually find what we just commented out. Because we had that nice app routes, yep. And we had this whole page. We had a get here for the sites index. So like there's another sites index, I guess. Current user sites index. So do we have a current user sites index? There we go. Awesome. So look, we got some data and then we built a table. It's not too bad at all. So we have these things, like we can put these at the top of our page here. Let's make this on new line so that I have places to actually paste things in. That says my sites, love it. So then we have an A, and this is going to come from Leptos router. No. Site/new. And then this one says create a new site. doesn't really keep up with me super well. Like, it knows that I'm doing things, but it doesn't always keep up the best, but that's okay. Create new site, 404. Love it. Okay, so let's actually load the sites. So like we have a server function here, which is a public async function called get my site. Wait, do I already have a get my sites for the sidebar? Get my sites. Yeah. But this one gives me sidebar sites. What do I need for these ones? Current user sites. What's a site table row? Site name, domain, description. That's pretty close to what I need in sidebar. ID, name, href. Man, where? Oh, there we go. Sites. Name, domain, description. Okay, but like, let's just make it the same thing. It'll be better. So sidebar here. D, name, domain. Yep. I just don't even know what I copied. What did I copy? Did I do this whole thing? Let sites equal? Yeah, okay. From the sidebar. Oof. Okay. Something like this. Okay, so we query it as a site table row, but I don't have that here, but I can go find that, a site table row. Sidebar site, okay. I can just call it a site, I guess, right? Qualify as a UUID, site ID, name, domain, description. Yeah, that's just better. Let's make all these public because that's totally fine. Okay, so now it's not a sidebar site, it's just a site. Query as site for user ID. This does a limit 5. Limit is an option of a I64, I32, sure, doesn't really matter to me. Perfect. So then where limit is 2. And then so this is limit.unwrap or max. So like U64 max. Yeah, I know the database URL is not there. It's fine. It's silly, but it's fine. Oh, it slaps the href on it. But I could also just do this. I could impulse site and create that href, and then this doesn't need to do that. So let's stop doing that and stop doing that. We didn't need the local variable. A little nicer if I just do it this way. Okay, that macro is very unhappy, but I think it's okay. That can actually just get a site now. There's a few things that are going to break with that, but that's okay. We will find them. So like this is the site ID to owned. Href there is something I need to call. I probably don't need to clone it then because I bet href just returns a string now. That's the whole macro being upset. We only want 5. That's the limit. Cool. Cargo SQLX prepare. UUID isn't deserialized. Well, no, I want to pass UUID around, so we need to make UUID something that's deserializable. So let's go to our cargo.toml. I bet it's some dependency stuff. UUID is there. Features v4. UUID rusts. I bet there's just a serialized, like a Saturday that I need. Feature flags. I bet there's a Saturday feature flag. And it might be included some places, but on others and stuff. That's why it wasn't always a problem, but it is sometimes a problem. Oh yeah, that's pretty fair. That's pretty not syntaxed. No queries. Well, that's not. That doesn't feel right. I don't even have a workspace here though, right? Oh, well, I was doing exactly what I wanted to. I wanted an LS though. Yeah, this is not a... Why is cargo SQLX? Do I have to prepare help? Do I have to, is there like a way for me to pass it feature flags? Cargo SQLX with feature flag? I actually don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, only works after cargo clean at the moment. Well, that would be a fun one. I could do a cargo clean and just make sure that that's not my issue. Doesn't feel like that's gonna be it, but like I don't have any better ideas. So we let it compile everything again. Almost done. No queries found again. But there are definitely queries. So no queries found. Cargo install -f cargo SQLX. What if I just need a new one? Cargo SQLX is not the name of the thing? SQLX CLI, okay. There's probably a new version since I had downloaded it last. I didn't check, I just went for it. So let's see if that works. Because what's interesting is like it definitely used to be able to find these things. And I should even have a database URL. Should be pointing to my local Postgres, but like should exist. Should be all nice and set up. Didn't need the workspace one, but it still didn't work. Cargo SQLX prepare with a feature flag. All targets, all okay. So SQLX prepare -f SSR. Need to turn on the actual server so that it can find the SQLX, because of when there is not the SSR feature flag on, we don't have the server-side stuff for server-side rendering, which is where all of SQLX is used. So that makes sense. I just need to find the magic incantation to tell it to do server-side stuff. Okay, we got an error, but hey, it just doesn't do U32s, which is hilarious, but that's okay. That's easy to fix. Where are you pointing to? It is easy to fix, but like if you just point me to the right spot, it's even easier. Just make it an I64. It'll all be okay. Oh, but I think I also need to make this then. An I32. There we go, though. What are you upset about up here? Oh, 32. Mismatched all my types. Expected I64. Okay, I can make it an I64, but like, that's silly. Do. Oh my gosh, we're so close. It doesn't know about that. Is that? Where am I using that function? Oh, nowhere. Love it. Oh, no, I am. Okay. The only thing I want to check though is in my cargo.toml file. So I was doing some Tailwind stuff there, and is it because I don't? Nope. No. I have Tailwind set up here, so we're good. At least I should be. So, SQLX is done. Awesome. Now, what are you mad about? Oh, you're missing an environment variable. That's okay. Cargo, Leptos, watch. I did a clean, so it's going to take it a second. That's okay. Get it up and running. Perfect. Oh, that was 1/2. That's okay. That was the WASM. Now we got to do the server side. Made some blueberry tea for myself for stream today. I'm enjoying it. See, now I wish I hadn't done the clean. Just gotta wait. Luckily, it's not too bad here, but no fun. Almost there. Last few. We finally made it to my app. And we are almost there. We go. Okay. Back up and building. We have to actually yes, cool. Sidebar still working. It does look like some of Tailwind is no longer working, or Font Awesome is no longer working. What why aren't these working basically? So there is FW Solid. That feels like it might not be the full name of the thing. Let's see, is there like a dinosaur one down for this one or something, right? Font Awesome. SA Solid. It doesn't seem like it actually tells it the font. Okay, so that is that for the sidebar links, but where do I have the actual icons? Are they in this size? No, now they're just not there. But I had fun icons there. That was definitely part of it. Yeah, like these ones, like these sidebar links that have FA house on them. So where are you used? Sidebar links is used in 2 places. Yeah, so like my sites list, yeah, for each of these they don't have. Maybe they have the same font awesome. That makes sense. But sidebar links, each sidebar link. Oh, isn't using class icon class. Yeah. So it's supposed to be adding that as another class. But it's not happening. That's interesting. I'm not sure why, but I wanted to restart that. I have seen them sometimes, but not all the time. But my Tailwind styles are definitely still here, right? Because like they're working for sure. So nothing, no styles fail. Like here's the status Leptos, and this has all of the Tailwind styles. Love it. And then here's font awesome. Perfect. So why do these just not get their font awesomes? Because I thought I could do this multiple class thing. I thought that was a fine thing to do. Let's try that. Like if we just use this thing, it's not gonna work right. Oh, there we go though. That does do the FA house. Okay, so it is when I do multiple. That doesn't, it seems to take the first one most of the time. So do I need like a little utility for that to help me out there? Okay. Leptos classes, dynamic attributes. No, I don't want that. Dynamic classes. But I don't want it dynamic like that. I want it dynamic. Yep, dynamic attributes, more like this. But it doesn't tell me about how to like add an extra class that I don't know of based on something, which is what I'm trying to do now for these icons. Wait, what is this? Especially if they include a mix of dashes and numbers, because you can use the tuple syntax. Gotcha. Okay. I don't think that's what I want either, though. Can I have like multiple classes? It doesn't tell me anything about that. Multiple classes. You can also use class to conditionally add a single class. Do not add multiple with this. Okay, there was something about that there. Classes adds the classes to the element. You can specify multiple classes with a space. You can also use class to conditionally add a single class. Do not add multiple. Oh, so what if I make this classes? Is that gonna work? Is that what you're telling me I need to do? Because that would be an interesting one. If that's what I need, I'm down. No, that doesn't work either. Okay, so then I guess I need to do like a let icon class icon classes equals a format shebang of all of those things with icon class. Yeah, so then, oops, classes can just become icon classes. And this doesn't exist. Wait, but now you have all the things and it doesn't render right. Okay, so now I got the classes here, but it's not doing anything right. What's going on with Font Awesome? Yeah, we have a full Font Awesome kit here. FA, yeah. I don't know what happened because also the thing is, I saw them at the very beginning, right? Like they were here at some point. What are these things? What's FA, FW mean? FA-FW. Fixed width. Yeah, no, I want fixed width for sure. Class versus classes. I don't know the difference yet. Oh, okay. That works. Oh, did they add it as literally classes here then? Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, if you add them as classes, it doesn't know what the hell that is. Okay, cool. Okay. Finally got those working. It's a little bit of a sidetrack, but that's okay. So now I should have in my sidebar stuff. Sidebar is still working. And I have this whole get my sites, which knows how to take a limit. And I want to move all of this to a new spot. Take this to this, the mod for sites. And we'll just have to include a bunch of stuff. Definitely take the Saturdays. Oh yeah, we definitely want to import the server function error. I said import you. Come on. Perfect. And then sidebar here isn't. Oh, okay. Yep, that actually can go to here. Then sidebar, yep, it does. Oh, cool. Yep, you can import that from there. And then there we go. All the way down here is where we have get my sites, which can be an import from there. Love it. Okay, so then though, in sites index, I can have something that actually looks a lot like where I just came from. For sites, no limit here though. This can do whatever. Import that. import get my sites. Awesome. Okay. So we have the sites, and I wanted to just look at what the index was in a different spot. This, awesome. Okay, so we had the table stuff where I have let table equals this, so it's not really like a table, which is fine. I'm just chatting. That's really just a comment. That's not really like useful on its own. But we have a UL. Yep, love it. 4 sites in. I think I want to use the actual 4th component here. So I want to do 4. Each site's fallback that. Something like that. I just kind of let this thing do its thing there. I let Copilot kind of just do it. Let site. So then this would be like site. Awesome. Okay. So then I need to look at what actually was in this here when we rendered the site table row. Wow, there's a lot more in there than I expected. That's fine. There's a new component for public function site table row. It takes in a site. And it's basically this, but converted to HTML. Not the orange one. I don't want the orange one. Let's just comment all of this out, and we're gonna see if Copilot can just do most of it for me. So if I want like a div, now what? Whoa. Oh, yeah, no, we don't want to borrow there. We want the full thing. And then I think I just want to copy this outside of the view block because I think it just deleted itself when it was inside the view block. Oh, okay. That was fine then. I don't know what I thought it did the first time, but that was weirder. Okay, so yeah, min width 0. Site.name. Got it. Okay, yep. And then we just have complete because that's what that one just looks like. Does it have the like ring green? Yeah, okay, cool. It copied that pretty well. And then there's this if let for description, which I don't think we have. And that's still inside this thing. Like there's this whole stuff. So we close the P and we close the div. Oh, there's another div. Oh, it's complete with domain. Oh yeah, it complete then closes the div, but then there's other stuff. Whoa. That's not what I wanted at all. I just wanted this little snippet. Okay, let's actually see if I can do the MAUD to HTML. MAUD to HTML. There is a... Oh, HTML to MAUD. It's this direction. So I guess what I would want to do though is the opposite is maybe to grab the opposite direction. I can just look at it, right? I can just go to sites and I could just like copy one of these elements. It doesn't have the li, so I want like copy children. Element will work. Okay, so then I guess here the idea would be that I just want to like do the view macro and then plop this HTML inside of it. It'll format the HTML nicely, and now I can just plug and play the places that were different. So like this needs to be an A href equals site href name, something like that. Oh, so this though is li, and then this is just a site table row of site. Found a result of that. Oh yeah. Where have I used a for before? I want capitalization to matter there. Oh wow, I haven't done one in this project yet. That's okay. Let's look at the docs then. For each, yeah, they're an option of a result of a vec. I forgot about that. Because they're itters, I can maybe just do move thing to site stop map it. No, it's not that, but I do want an interview that looks like that maybe. That closes the interview, that closes that, that closes that. Site stop get out of the signal. Then that gives it an option of a result. I just flatten that? No, okay. But we can map it. So now inside here, though, this takes one argument. 0 methods were supplied. Move bang sites dot unwrap. I guess I can just unwrap it. I don't love it, but it'll, if I unwrap it, I think it'll work. Missing required key field, yeah, or field key. Key equals a move site of site ID. I might need a clone there. Sites dot. Yeah, like what did I do with it in the sidebar? What did I do in the sidebar? Oh, well, one, I gotta put it in a transition. I always forget to put it in a transition. But this is the other thing that I do. Okay. So we take the sites and we map over it. So now at the end, though, sites is a signal of a vec. So we always have a vec. So I don't need this anymore. I think I might actually just be able to go all the way down to the 4 then. This might just be able to be sites now. It's a signal of a vec. Perfect. Okay. So this should actually have a page now. It's just not a very exciting one yet, but it should be here. And then we can go to sites and we see just one at the moment. Oh yeah, because I only have one site. Perfect, 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 perfect. The styling here needs some love, but that's okay. We can definitely figure that out. Um, we have it in this li twice. Wait, yeah. I knew that was going to need to happen. I just had forgotten about it. I don't think I really like. Oh, it does. Cool. Whoa, it's gone. Oh, because I didn't put it in a transition. I need to put it in a transition so that it actually loads the server function. I think it's one of those things where I want to do it here. Transition. I think that's it, right? Like I just do the transition. I think this is where I can give it a fallback. Do I need to give it a fallback? Yay. Nice. Okay. But we're not done yet. We gotta actually fill in that row to make it look better. Before site table row, we have the complete we're gonna keep because just because I don't have a better thing here. So this is description. So it's something like where we do a move block and we do a signal, and we say something like that, except I want to do it differently. I want to do site.description.map it. I like mapping things better. Map description. Description. And then it's just a view. Yeah, there we go. Expected a closure that implements it, but this closure only implements FN once. There we go. Cool, just needed the ref it. So if we have a description, the Copilot got the right things there, we will use it. Last checked, here we go. We need one of these. Ooh, did I like make this little date stamp thingy? To do grab the last checked? No, no, I did not. That's amazing. Okay, well, let's do that here then, I guess, right? I guess I should, but maybe I won't right now. So this is the domain. This then can be site.domain.asref. Yep, replace that with that. No, the braces are matched. Yay. So this is the name of the project. So this is site.name. What? Move occurs because site name has type string, which does not implement copy. But doesn't this... Why did it... That's interesting, though. Like, I don't understand why this one needs it. Borrow this binding in the pattern to avoid moving the value. A ref? Yeah, it doesn't work there. Huh. That's weird. I wonder what's going on there. I'm gonna leave it for just a second, I think. Because I'm confused by it. This though, the href, this needs to be changed. This is an href to site href. A, oops. Oh, it's because I did it here. A site name moved here. Oh no. Use of moved value site dot name. Where? Site dot name dot clone. What's going on here? Ref before the V. There's no way that works. Like, that's just not valid syntax. Okay. Use of moved value site name. Yeah, but like I'm trying to copy it. It's probably this. Hmm. What if I change all these clones to two strings so that they know that they're actually supposed to return string instances? Value. Oh. Okay, so let's try mapping it to a two string instead of calling cloned on it. No. Nope. Value partially moved into closure here. Value partially moved due to use in closure. Value bar after partial move. No. Value of partially moved here. Yeah. Nope, same thing. I'll figure out the right incantation of these eventually, but I'm not getting it yet. Wait, line 50. What's on line 50? Oh, that's just the wrap. That's just how this got wrapped up. Got it. So I guess maybe what I want to do is let description equals the toString. This description is now an option of a string. So then this is just description dot map it, and we don't need that, and we don't need this toString. But this closure only implements FM once, because it moves the variable description out of its environment. Expected closure, this one implements FN once. Do I make it a signal? Is that the answer? Because now it's a function that does that. Oh yeah, you just call it. Yeah, well, yeah, but if you move it into it, argument requires that site.description is borrowed for static. So does this need to be a signal? What if I make this a signal of site? So, but like this could take a move site dot get dot href. Yep. A dot name. Might not even need the toString there. There. Okay, that might be better. Okay, okay, we're making progress now. This isn't this now, so now it's move of site dot domain. A move of site dot href. Okay, I'm getting the hang of this now. Dang it. I thought that was my answer. Site does not live gonna live long enough. Well, like this would be like just boom, now you're a signal. Oh, signal derive from that. Yeah, yeah, signal derive takes a function. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't have a signal anymore. Like I have an actual thing now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I don't have a signal. I have a thing. I have the actual physical struct. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I can just do signal.new because that would be pretty cool. Whoa, wait. Site does not live long enough. Argument requires is for static. Value captured here in description. And this only lives as long as site lives. Yeah. Because when you do the for, right, it doesn't give you a signal. Yeah, you get an actual counter. And counter has a count signal in it. Yeah, but that's something different. Oh, you just make the thing clone. Is that my answer? Is the oh my gosh. Yeah, why isn't site clone? Oh, it is clone. Okay, phew. Wait, what if it was just copy? The trait can't be applied to this type. Okay. That's fair. It's not copy, but it is clone. I don't have a function. I just have the freaking thing. Okay, so we're undoing what we just did a second ago. Expected a closure. Oh yeah, this is just this is the thing that I know of, right? Closure is F1 once because it moves the variable site.name out of its environment. Okay, well that fixed that one. Because I'm not trying to move you out of your environment. Okay, and now the whole thing's blowing up because the lifetimes don't live long enough. Site.description does not live long enough. Borrowed value does not live long enough. This is the same example twice? Is it just copy pasted twice here? Yeah, I guess so. Stores the data reach. Yeah, yeah. What's the key I'm using here? Is that part of my problem? Because that would be pretty annoying if it was. No. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. But site here is a site. Site.description does not live long enough. Borrowed value does not live long enough. description as ref convert and opt-in of that into, yeah. It isn't gonna work. I've already done it, but I just don't have a better idea. Wait. Oh yeah, because this is just now just a function that implements fn once because it takes in this. Yeah, because we have to be able to reference it to map it. Yeah. Site.description. Expected closure implements function. This implements function once required for that to implement that. Yeah. Use of move value site.name moves because site has type which does not implement copy. Yep. No, our C types still aren't copy, right? Like a Rust archetype isn't copy. You still have to clone it. It's just a cheap clone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't implement copy. Yeah, it implements clone, which makes sense, right? Like 43 now. I'm doing reference to site.name. If we just toString it instead. I don't think that, like, it just moved it, right? This is just a little frustrating because, like, I've just been doing this. Use of move value occurs after site has type. Yeah. Because I shouldn't need this. I should just be able to do that. And I should just be able to do that. Yeah, so let's just get rid of all the symbols. Or signals, I mean. Okay, no signals, right? Use of moved value site.name. Variable moved due to use in closure here on line 43. I think what's happening here is there is a closure that's being defined here that, oh, wait, can I do that? Nope. site equals a reference to site. You know, I just like make it a reference right away so it doesn't try to move it into things. The variable move use occurs due to use enclosure on 77, but like, okay, whatever. Let's try this, right? ToString. Next. Now what are you mad about? Okay, now they're both ToStringing. Yep. Let name1 equals site.name.clone. Let name2 equals site.name.clone. This one can become name1. And then this one could become name2. Clone. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so the view macro definitely is creating a closure that messes with stuff in ways that's hard for me to reason about. Like I can't use name twice just by referring to it as site.name.clone, even though I really feel like I should be able to do that. So to refer to name twice, I have to create two names before I start my component, which is weird. I like can't figure out a different way to do it. Let name signal equals signal derive from moving site.name.clone. That's not gonna work. This will not work. There's no way this works because I can't move it into a signal. Yep. Name3. And then could I do name signal? And then could this also be name signal? No, because now I used site in it. So like I could do let site for name signal equals site.clone. And then this could be site for name signal. And then I could use name signal twice. Interesting. Okay, yes, because then the signal here, I've moved that site into the signal. Yeah, okay, interesting, because the signal's for the specific thing. It's interesting, right? My site is now owned by that signal, and I can repeat that signal, but if I want another signal, I need another thing. And I don't love how we have to create a new site for each signal. Okay. Well, I think we figured that out. So let's just see if we can actually build the thing now. We definitely are learning some stuff. We're making it farther. And that was a good thing to learn, but it was a little bit of a roadblock for sure. Okay, so we should be back up again. Cool. Last check that. That has that. Okay, so now we're doing better. We got the description in here. We don't have last checked at. Maybe we'll grab that soon. We have the name in this view projects thing here. Here's open options. Oh, okay, so that's probably like this thing, which I don't even have implemented. Okay, cool. Well, we could open our options thing in a minute if we wanted to. These are our options. Love it. There's an edit, a move, and a delete. Yeah, that kind of does make sense, right? We probably want an edit. I don't think I want to move just because a move doesn't really make sense in my context, but an edit and a delete makes sense. Cool. Okay, so then we have a let uh option options open, and set options open is a signal on false. So then here we can do class of hidden. If it's not open, get rid of this here. And then this then becomes an on click. Is toggle the whether it's open or not. Cool. Okay. It's probably not running. Oh, it is. Cool. Yeah. I want more like a create signal of false. That's what I was looking for. Expected function. Oh, wait a second. No, I actually think that was exactly what I wanted. Right? Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Expected found. Wait, how do you work? Applies a function to the current value to mutate it in place and notify subscribers. Okay, is there just like a set though? Is that what I'm looking? Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, Leptos signal set. Like this one's easy. I'm not getting it there. There's an update method, and then there's set, which you just set it to the thing. Oh, actually, I do kind of want the update though, don't I? Yeah, okay. Update. New value where new value dot. Oh, that'd be cool. Does that just mutate it? Invalid tag or attribute name when parsing. Options open and set options open. Oh. I just wasn't even doing like Rust correctly. that expected mutable bool found boolean. I consider dereferencing it. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what I wanted. Can't apply unary operator. Oh yeah, that's fair. Move that of that. Gotta get. There we go. Woo, okay. Making slow progress, but we're getting there. Yay! Woohoo! We can freaking toggle the thingy there. Love it. Oh, we probably want some hovers on those, but we'll get there eventually. Okay. And, oh, I can't add. Well, like, I can click this, but it doesn't do anything yet. We're getting there, though. We have this listed. Lots of these links work. Some of them don't yet, but this works. We can get here. They don't click on anything. Oh, because they just have hrefs that are hashy, which is perfect. So this though wants to be name signal again. Oh, can I do that? Will it just let me? And then this is just name signal. Name signal. And this doesn't really need a signal.derive, right? It gives me the get method. I'm not sure I'm using the get method. I think I can probably just get rid of that. Oh. No. Signal.derive is what's working here. Okay. No, yeah, I do, yeah, because I need a clone of this to move into here. So it's just that I need this two-step process. And I don't think there's a great way around it. I could make it just the name, and then the name signal could just clone the name. That might be better. It's probably better, right? Instead of having a copy of the whole thing for everything. This could just be the name for name signal. Yeah. I wonder if I can wrap that up in something a little nicer, because it feels like I should be able to. So like I should be able to do signal for signal for a T. Except okay, and then the function is a impulse function where it takes a T and returns a reference to an R with an R missing a lifetime specifier. Oof, okay. For like little r reference to an R. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Oh, it does need to return a thing. Yep, okay, cool. So then I want let cloned equals value.clone, because this is clonable. And then I want signal derive from moving it, so I can move the cloned value in. No, clone dot clone. Does R need to be clone? Or I'm just gonna clone it inside? Is that even helpful? Ah, signal of R. So then that's like let name signal equals signal for site, and then s dot name dot clone. It takes a reference. Wait, what? Must be valid for static lifetime, so the type will meet its. Okay, yeah. R plus static. No, I don't want to do that. What 4 equals R is the thing that we clone. That takes a reference. That returns an R. Let new equals funko value dot clone. Okay, I think that worked. So then, like, if I go to site here, like, I want to put this a little more general because I kind of want an impl. Like, I want to make a trait called signal for or something. Signal for which implements that. So then I want to impl signal for T, signal for T. So then I think I can then do site.signal for s.name dot clone. Okay, that's nice. I like that. Do I have to do the clone inside here? Because it would be nice if I didn't. Signal for name. Yeah, that would be really nice. So it needs to return an R. Okay, so let's make this the inner return. And then this is the outer return, and then outer return is also clone. Inner return doesn't need to be clone anymore. And then we do where outer return impulse from inner return. No method clone found for inner return. Yeah, that's fair. Let outer equals outer return dot from inner, and then this is outer dot clone. No, nothing mad about that. That's just some valid Rust code. Love it. So does that mean that this can change too, right? Can I just make it match this? I don't need that. Okay. The T is already used as a generic param. Oh yeah, we don't need the T here. We already have the T from somewhere else. That's a self. Found module. Self is a keyword only available in selfie ones. There we go. The type of self parameter. Oh yeah. Does not need to be arbitrary. Consider changing it. Oh. Just some syntax sugar there. Type annotations needed. Yeah, so then this wants to be a signal of a string. Dang. Okay, so inner return. Well, no, inner return could be can't move out of s.name, which is behind a shared reference move because s.name has type string, which does not implement copy. Yeah. So what if I actually do have a reference to T where that's a reference to T and that returns may not live long enough. Consider adding nice. Okay, mismatch type from where's my from a reference to inner return a T reference. Okay, okay. An S reference, inner return satisfies that. That's a that. Oh, that's fine. There is an S parameter that satisfies the S parameter, that is the S parameter, and that is also the S parameter. This though returns a reference And that's a reference. All the way down to there. Cool. Okay. Found struct string. Yeah, I wanted a reference to a string. Wow. Okay. We're getting really close though. Consider borrowing here. Consider borrowing here. It really, okay. Okay. One type is more general than the other. Lifetimes may not live long enough requires that A must outlive static. Yeah, well, I think that's because I don't want that last reference you just put in for me. Imp function is the impulse function of reference of T to an inner return. Consider borrowing. I don't understand that. The trait is not implemented. For A, the trait for any of these function. And I don't want to reference this here. That doesn't make sense to me. Signal 4 takes in a function that takes a reference to a T and returns a reference to inner return. And then where you can go from the reference to an inner return to an outer return. And the outer return here is a string because I told it it's gonna be a string, which means, yep, okay. Expected a function reference closure found the trait is not satisfied. Consider required by bound. Consider borrowing here. Well, could I use that version? That's fair. Let name signal equal, oh yeah, let's make it a signal of a string. Is signal for that. Okay, lifetime doesn't live long enough. Lifetime may not live long enough. Returning this value requires 1 outlives 2. The return type of closure is 2, reference 2 to a string. S has type 1. As ref. Oops. That's fair. Could as ref to a lot of things. Okay. Sized is not implemented for stir. Consider relaxing the sized inner return. Yeah, okay. Inner return plus maybe you're not sized. Plus maybe you're not sized. Inner return. Okay, yeah, I guess we have to do it up here too, for maybe you're not sized. Okay, well now we got back to that. Cool. Return type of closure is reference of 2, has type reference of 1. Yeah, you can't move out of a shared reference. That makes sense. So I have a reference to a T. Oh. I just didn't follow that through. That's all I needed. There we go. I bet that might be all I need there. Yep. I was just missing one lifetime annotation. I might have even made things more complicated than I needed to. Let's get rid of this not sized thing. Yeah, I don't think that was a real restriction. That was just me being silly. Yeah, nice. So now I can just do I need that? Can I leave it off? Okay, yeah. It does need to know what type of signal I'm trying to give you there. Yeah, it's because of the from, right? Because I'm using this from impl. If I wanted to do something more specific than just the from, I could get away with it. But if I just want the from like this, I need to specify what string or what I'm getting out of it. But that makes sense. That was fun. I liked that. I liked signal for site.signal for, and then you give it a closure for the thing you want. That I like a lot. That makes more sense to me than what I was doing before. It's the same thing, right? But it's wrapped up a little nicer. And like, I don't know if I need it here. No. Do I need this clone? Let's find out. No. Okay. Yep, I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning which ones need this here. This doesn't need this either. Oh, nope, because I'm referring to this here. Okay, but I could make this a let domain signal is that. And then this can just be domain signal. I'm not sure that's better, but it definitely works. That makes sense. Yeah. Signal for name, signal for domain. If I only use it once, I don't need that, but if I use it twice, I do. Yeah, it's okay. I don't even need it for domain. Why did I do it for domain? Oh, so I didn't have to clone the thing. Oh, I'm cloning the thing anyways. That one wasn't the best reason for that, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, that was good. I think I really liked understanding the signals here more and thinking about the closures and getting that a bit cleaned up. Because that's definitely nicer than it was before. And I think with that, we're probably going to wrap up for the day, team. About 2 hours has been my target, and we are coming up on our 2 hours there. So let's get SQLX prepared. I don't actually think I did anything different since last time. Nice. GCA, TechM, get. site index table rendering. Got a nice signal for helper written. Nice. Cargo test. All features. I don't actually think I have any of these, but like, you know, let's just do a compile test run quick. That's funny. All targets. Huh. Guess it's cargo build all targets like that. Oh, it's not dash dash. There we go. That's what I wanted. Not even sure this is gonna do anything different, but there we go. Okay. Let's push that up. Nope, hit the YubiKey. There we go. Okay, I think I am gonna wrap up for the day here, team. I did really like getting this signal for helper written. It just makes things a little nicer. It really is just this cloning, right? Where you have to run the function, maybe do a convert. That's kind of the thing I added where I don't have to do the clone in the closure here. I'm allowed to return a reference, which is really, really cool. And then we convert it to the thing we need it to. This kind of does a clone if it needs to, right? Because it's a from, it can do work. And then every time we want to like use the signal, right, we get the response of this function, the return value of this, which is a cloned value of whatever outer return was. And then we wrapped that up in a nice trait so that I can just do any object I have dot signal for, give it the closure that captures the stuff. Actually, it's not even like that it captures it, right? This isn't a move one and doesn't close over anything, so it's not gonna capture. And then pull the thing off. So then, you know, I get a string name signal out of this. And I like this a lot more than having to do this manual. I can do signal for name, signal for domain, and get an actual signal that I can use down here. And this is a signal so that I could like do get on it and get the signal value, or call it and get the value off of it. But to render, you can just pass the thing straight down without needing any extra stuff on top. So that's what we're doing there. Description, as ref, map it. Yeah, it's interesting that like that's fine and other things aren't. It's just so interesting. But yeah, cool. I think we are good to go. I'm gonna wrap up. Let's do some closing thoughts. So thanks for joining me. I'm Corey J.A. I'm Corey. I go by Corey J.A. on the internet. You can find my site and blog at CoreyJA.com. If you enjoyed this stream, please consider subscribing to my newsletter. I get updates out every couple weeks and write about all kinds of topics in web development and Rust kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, please follow along. You can head over to the newsletter and then scroll down to the bottom and enter your email address, and you will be added to the list. If you are really loving my content, you should head over to GitHub sponsors and sponsor my work over there. That was my behind the scenes one, so I'm going to see if I can pull up the sponsor dashboard without that. I don't remember the URL, but that's okay. If you can head over to my GitHub profile at github.com/CoreyJA. From here, you can head over to the sponsors dashboard and sponsor me, sponsors/CoreyJA. I had it in just the wrong order. And with that, I think I'm going to get out of here for the afternoon. Thanks for coming along and working on UpGuardian with me. We'll continue that next time. Thanks, team. Have a good one. Bye.